Welcome to Casa Mila, a magical wonder in the heart of Barcelona. Also known as La Pedrera, this extraordinary building was created by the brilliant architect, Antoni Gaudí. Picture this, wavy walls, twisting iron balconies, and a rooftop that's like a fantasy world. Casa Mila is not just a home, it's a work of art. Barcelona is known for its beautiful architecture. Its buildings is the reason why millions of tourists throng the city every year. One of these buildings is the famous Casa Mila, located in the center of the city and made by Antoni Gaudí. Casa Mila is a fascinating and interesting building that Antoni Gaudí made. In 19,000, Passeig de Gràcia was the most important street in Barcelona. Wealthy people asked the most famous architects to build their homes on the street to show off their wealth. In 1905, Pedrera and Roser Sigimon married. They were attracted by Passeig de Gràcia's fame, so they bought a 1,835 square meters lot, which was a mansion and a garden. At that time, Casa Milà, that was designed by Antoni Gaudí, was just finished. Mr. Mila and his wife, Roser Sigimon, liked the design of Casa Milà, so they wanted Antoni Gaudí to rebuild their mansion. They planned to live in the main floor and rent out the rest of the floors. This is the new Casa Mila. Casa Mila was constructed between 1906 and 1912. The facade of Casa Mila, also known as La Pedrera, is like a giant stone canvas painted by the magical brush of Antoni Gaudí. The outside of the building is not flat and boring like regular walls. Instead, it's all wavy and curvy, like a big golden sandcastle that's come to life. As you look up, you'll notice windows of different shapes and sizes, like playful surprises scattered across the wavy canvas. And don't forget the wrought iron balconies. They twist and turn like seaweed in the ocean breeze, giving the facade a touch of whimsy. The whole front of Casa Mila is not just a building. It's a piece of art that tells a story of creativity and imagination. It's a facade that doesn't just stand there. It smiles, it dances, and it makes you feel like you're stepping into a fairy tale right in the heart of Barcelona. Casa Mila is not one house. It is a conjunction of two houses. One entered from Carrer Provenca and the other from Passeig de Gràcia. When you're standing in front of Casa Mila, it's like stepping into a magical story. Antoni Gaudí, the super creative architect who built Casa Mila, didn't want the front door to be plain and ordinary. So, instead of a straight and simple door, you see playful shapes and design that make it feel like you're entering a magical realm. Gaudí wants the light and air to get into his buildings, so the front door is mostly made out of glass. Because at that time, continuous panes of glass did not exist, so he created the organic pattern with multiple purposes based on fragment glass. In fact, it's one large door, but has three functional parts. There is one part for people to come, and the entrance for cars. It was the first house with a car park in Barcelona, and it had the car with Barcelona registration number 1. Finally, there was the part with the fan lights. In summer, the top part opens, allowing fresh air inside. Two central courtyards in Casa Mila are distinctive features. They are central open spaces in the middle of buildings. Instead of being outside, they are inside, and they go from the bottom to the tippy top of the whole houses. The primary purpose of the courtyard is to serve as a light well. It's like a special window that lets sunlight jump into the building. This way, all the rooms around it get natural light. It's a clever way for Antoni Gaudí to bring sunshine into the heart of the building, making it bright and lively. Casa Mila has 6 floors, 33 balconies, and 150 windows. The first floor is full of shops, and the second floor is the main floor and also where the Mila family lives. The third, fourth, fifth, and sixth floors are all rent apartments. The tenants here are all wealthy people, famous celebrities, diplomats, or Egyptian princes. We started our visit with the virtual experience. The most innovative technology with glasses makes things look real in 3 dimensions. On this journey, you'll go through different periods and environments, and you'll feel like you are part of the building's history. As you step into the apartments in Casa Mila, you're transported back in time to the earliest 19,000s when families lived in this incredible building. The apartment is divided into 2 areas, family and servants' quarters. The servants' exhibition area features a simple servants' quarters, workstation, storage room, and bathroom. This is the children's room, which is located beside the servants' quarters, making it easier to take care of the children. The open space kitchen was where the servants ate and prepared meals for the family. This kitchen can be separated into 2 rooms by a sliding door. This was the office. At the time, all the building occupants, except for the Mila family, were rent-paying tenants. In 1910, not everyone could afford to rent an apartment in Passeig de Gràcia. People who used to live here were wealthy, but not wealthy enough to own a property. This is the dining room. Here you can see the interior design and furniture distribution designed by Gaudí. The master bedroom gives an excellent insight into the tenants' lifestyle in the early 20th century. In one of the rooms, you get to peek into the past. Imagine seeing how families used to live in Barcelona a long time ago. The furniture they had, the games they played, and the cozy corners where they laughed and talked. In Casa Mila, other apartments come in different sizes. The smallest apartments are about 290 square feet, and the biggest go up to 600 square feet. There is no room in Casa Mila that is shaped like a square, like regular houses. Gaudí always says that curves belong to God. One tenant complained that her grand piano didn't fit in the music room because of all the curved walls, and Antoni Gaudí suggested that she plays the cello instead. Now we're in the attic of Casa Mila. Gaudí constructed the attic on the floor slab of the top story. To avoid adding to the weight of the building, he used 270 catenary arches made of brick to support the roof terrace. Originally, the attic of Casa Mila housed the communal laundry area and acted as a vast insulating air chamber. Today, it is home to the Gaudí exhibition. You can see that in this model, all the weight goes onto the pillars but not the walls. So even if someone knocked the walls down, the house would still be standing. This way, Gaudí can freely distribute the interior space of the floors of apartments and let more sunlight in by putting bigger windows. Here we are on the iconic rooftop of Casa Mila. Prepare to be amazed as we step into a world of chimneys and air vents that seem to dance and sculptures that come to life. Now, chimneys are usually plain and boring, right? But not here. Gaudí turned them into playful sculptures. Some chimneys look like quirky soldiers standing guard, while others might remind you of magical creatures. They're like characters in a storybook, each with its own personality. One chimney might have a pointy hat like a wizard, and another might have a helmet like a brave knight. Some even seem to be dancing or marching. Gaudí wanted to make sure the rooftop wasn't just for keeping the rain out. It's a magical world where imagination comes to life.
Did you know that Casa Mila inspired the director of Star Wars movie, George Lucas? Although we don't know for sure, people claim that the director and creator of Star Wars were inspired by the chimneys of Casa Mila for the helmets of the Imperial soldiers.
Now, let's look at these tall structures called ventilation towers. They're like the guardians of fresh air for the building. Gaudí didn't want them to be dull and boring, so he shaped them like mystical watchtowers. Some look like sandcastles, others like swirling waves, and a few even resemble giant chess pieces. Gaudí believed that even something practical, like a ventilation tower, could be a work of art.
Gaudí took advantage of waste glass and ceramics, using them to make chimneys, both in air vents and in the elaboration of trincades.
Following his usual style, Gaudí designed a terrace full of curves with decorative but also functional purposes by allowing a better distribution of light through its two enormous light patios. The rooftop offers breathtaking view of Barcelona's cityscape. From here, you can see the iconic Sagrada Familia bustling streets in the sparkling blue Mediterranean Sea. After Casa Mila was constructed, it attracted a lot of attention. Barcelona newspapers made fun of Casa Mila by putting a cartoon drawing of Casa Mila on the newspapers. A lot of people said Casa Mila was ugly, other people said it looked like a stone quarry, and some people even said it looked like a rat's nest. Mr. Mila's wife, Rosa Seguimon, did not like the decorations Antoni Gaudí designed, including the furniture. After Antoni Gaudí passed away in 1926, she changed all of Casa Mila's decoration and furniture, removed the decorations on the ceiling, the wooden floorboards, blinds, and also 20 doors. Casa Mila was the last private residence designed by architect Antoni Gaudí. Even though everyone has different interpretations about Casa Mila, Gaudí believes that it is his greatest masterpiece. Casa Mila was declared a World Heritage Site in 1984 and currently has become one of the Barcelona's most famous attractions. Now, even after more than 100 years, Casa Mila still stands tall, telling the story of Gaudí's imagination and how he turned a regular house into a place of magic and wonder. So, next time you're in Barcelona, you can visit Casa Mila and be a part of its incredible story.